How strong is Denji? This is the main character of Chainsaw Man with his dog Vegeta. They have went through a lot of trials and tribulations. They didn't even see normal basic functions as a human being with the needs to survive. Practically stage 1 of the Maslow hierarchy was barely met. That's all he knew. When becoming a devil hunter, being saved from Makima in terms of his living after he killed multiple zombies, he has shown that he is one of the strongest devil hunters around, and very few people can match up to him for real, if he wasn't getting saved constantly, of course. Usu, what's up guys, my name is GXL. There will be spoilers in this video, so beware. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and let's try and hit 15k before the end of the year. It will be much appreciated. Now let's assess how strong Denji really is. 俺がてめえをぶっ殺したらよ、てめえの夢船もむこといかない。 From what we know, Denji has had some L's and some W's. We will talk about solely his hybrid state and form. His other form, I'll claim it to be Vegeta, which we could do a how strong on with later. But the common thing is that from the beginning to the end, Denji suffered the whole way. Being lied to and how he was treated, it all remained the same. But he did seem to have a lot of help along the way from his peers in the Division 4 Devil Hunters safety group. Denji is able to have an enhancement of his strength ever since becoming a hybrid with Vegeta, which he formed a contract with. The hybrid form was first shown to us with the zombie devil, and he has a cord that he can pull from his chest. There was a large amount of the undead that Denji needed to take out, and it took quite a while, a mass amount of zombies, and that was before Makima came and took him in. He's always revving his chainsaw and cutting down his foes constantly. He can go on for days, literally. This is the interesting part. Denji has displayed crazy strengths in his super strength durability, which is absolutely insane, and don't forget his stamina. Now that we've highlighted his special nature and what he's about in terms of feats, let's actually assess how strong he is. So firstly, let's touch up upon his endurance and durability. So his insane amount of stamina, durability and endurance is displayed especially well against the Eternity Devil, which he fought for 3 days straight. That is crazy impressive, even if it was him just drinking blood of his opponents then going again. It shows the mental strength and insanity you must be to complete such a task, although his endurance isn't reflected in that same manner when he is fighting in general. He does need blood to be able to completely go on and on and on for those 3 days. It may not be as accessible when he's fighting in regular life when there's not people around, which makes him limited in a lot of the things he can do because he's not in the perfect conditions. For example, against the Leech Devil, he pretty much couldn't be able to transform and he had no blood to intake to make him fully a chainsaw again, which is why he was a little bit of a chainsaw. And he also exposed a little bit of his durability. Denji is known to be an immortal, but he's actually able to become immobilized. For example, although durable to things such as building level bomb attacks and also going through buildings themselves, he is still able to fight on. He is still susceptible to not having the ability to move against Rize when effective damage is put upon him. He still was able to attempt to take a swing with half his body. He struggled and was even saved in the process by Aki, but due to his regeneration abilities, it makes up for that, especially when he's given blood. He's also able to withstand blasts from Gun Fiend, in which half his body was blasted away quickly, but due to his regenerated form, he was able to fix himself without blood in this case, which is very surprising and probably the first time that it has happened like that. Denji giving blood and not giving blood are two completely different individuals. One can literally fight forever and the other might actually lose. So another example of durability and endurance is after Denji being given blood by Makima, he was still able to fight onwards against the dolls in the International Assassin arc, in which he was able to imbue himself in fire, continuously fighting on regardless, and able to show light versus dark. Drinking the blood of the dolls, also continuing to still fight, in this case revving his engines and regenerate continuously. Not only that, he was hit by a car in a massive explosion and still was able to see the other end of it. And not only that, he was able to use the fire to actually launch himself into the doll, split them open and impale them along with the fire. So overall, in terms of durability and endurance, it is summarized by all his difficult opponents with the words, "Why don't you give up, Chainsaw?" Now, when we look at strength, in the instance of how strong Denji is, he has displayed a lot of moments where his superhuman strength was in progress, even without fully going transformed against, for example, the Leech Devil. Jumping high and giving serious punches, as well as lifting cars, casually throwing them around when he was in his devil form too. In addition, he is also able to cut a lot of obstacles. For example, the manner in which he cut up the Katana Man with his feet, with the engines on his feet, was pretty impressive. Probably doing more damage than what Kon did with Aki releasing it. In addition, I do believe that he could cut anything that he puts his mind to. I believe that's part of his strength as a chainsaw man, whether it is his leg or whatever, he will cut you no matter what. There's not been an uncuttable enemy for Denji thus far. Now let's accommodate that with speed. Speed in Chainsaw Man is a bit difficult to gauge. There's only people, for example Quan Chi, who has been able to display speeds which is visually impressive and allows us to know that this is not your normal cat. Now when it comes to Denji, the only speed thing that you could really base it off is when he did his fight against Aki. This was to show subsonic speeds as he was able to react to one of the gunshots that he was able to throw. That's kind of the standard in terms of how speed works. Now to see how intelligent that Denji really is, as much as people would label him as unintelligent, he shows a lot of instances in which he actually is. I mean, I guess he never went to school, right? So I get why he would have that stigma. But one thing I will say, he's able to notice little things and are able to adapt to them as well. A couple of examples was realizing Santa Claus' weakness due to the light being able to slow down the process of the healing when she took in the Darkness Devil's power. Another would be stopping Rize from unleashing her bombs by going into water and not being able to get killed in the process. Also using Kishibe lessons as useful tools to be able to defeat Katana Man and deceiving him, although he thought it was over, but he let him know never trust a hunter, which is facts. So in his battles, Denji definitely should be given more credit to how intelligent he is. I guess you could say IQ in this case. Although he does have to take a beating and a half before he actually ends up getting there in the end. That's not including on the way that he was able to use his instinct against Makima, whose IQ is absolutely insane, and with her intelligence was able to fool her right in front of her face, using the contracted blood from power and utilizing it to make an advantage for him to attack her and slow down her healing. This was a gamble too, but the ability to trick her in this case is insane. Overall, in terms of Denji, the thing that makes him special is not his strength, but more so his hacks. He has a lot of them and can definitely win a lot of battles in Chainsaw Man despite being very dependent on environment. He has more chances of winning with people around than without. Also, you have to bear in mind, with how he is able to utilize his chainsaws to be able to increase the range of his fighting potential, not leaving him susceptible to a much shorter range like he used against Rize and Santa Claus. Durability and endurance is without a doubt one of the best things that he has, especially within this series. His speed isn't highlighted as much, but as I pointed out before, in reality the way he reacted to Aki was quite impressive. But mixing that with his IQ as well, he becomes a dangerous force, especially after his training with Kishibe, as he thinks and plans as he gets in more difficult situations. Before, he didn't even do that at all, as you can see against Katana Man, the Bad Devil and the Leech. I believe he's probably maybe top 8, 7 strongest within Chainsaw Man. What I will say is that I would love to give him top 5, but due to the likes of Kishibe, Yoshida, Makima, Darkness Devil, Quan Chi and more, I would say it's a bit hard to pinpoint if I'm confident in putting him in that position. Really, especially due to the fact that it's a different environment, and that's pretty much the beauty of Chainsaw Man, is the fact that it relies more on hacks and abilities than actual pure strength. That's why we love this anime / manga. That's all from me, my people. If you haven't already, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and as I say to the new and old people that come and visit my channel, Njana.